Hi everyone, Master Mark here, and today I want to cover a very important topic that we talk about a lot in our classes, we get a lot of questions about, is making a proper fist. When you make your fist, there's a few rules we need to follow. The first and most important rule is you want no space inside. If I ever punch with space inside of my fist, I'm going to injure my hand. So I know I need to close my fingers very tightly and make sure that my thumb does not poke out. I do not want my thumb making contact at all. Thumb has to be here, tucked safely underneath the fist, holding the fingers together. The second thing we need to know is when I make contact, if I'm throwing a punch, I want to hit with the two large knuckles only, with a straight, strong wrist. So in class, a lot of times we use the Wave Master bags, and they're a great tool to practice our punches and our kicks. However, we do need to be careful because if I do punch this incorrectly, I may injure my hand. So as we talked about earlier in the video, fingers are tight, thumb is underneath, and I have to have a straight wrist. The moment my wrist starts to bend, I'm at risk of injuring it as well. So whenever I punch, I want to take the two knuckles with a straight, strong wrist, straight into the bag, straight into the bag. Punching is not the only time, however, where we need to have a proper fist. In Taekwondo training, we use our fist a lot, even in our chariot position. My hands are in clenched fists. When I show my jumbi, my hands are closed. When I perform a block, my hands are closed, and when my hand is back, my hand is also closed. So it's a very, very important skill to learn for the safety of your hand, not to mention it is the proper Taekwondo way, and if you go to a competition and perform your pattern, you want to make sure you have proper fists. One way you can practice preparing a proper fist and also condition your hand so it doesn't hurt when you throw a punch is practicing what's called knuckle push-ups. Now, you want to make sure you build this up gradually, so eventually you'll be able to perform it on a hard surface. But here at TLT we have our training mats, which is a great way to get started. So I'm going to prepare my proper fist nice and tight, and like I said before, we're going to keep our two knuckles only making contact and a straight wrist on the ground. I want to make sure it's coming off straight, never bending or flexing, or again I might get an injury. So once I get in this position, I can lift my body weight up and hold it there with the straight, strong wrist. If I want to give myself a challenge, I can bend down and up, performing some push-ups on the knuckles, which will toughen it up, so if you do punch the bags, it won't hurt.